Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to another Minecraft video. This is another design tutorial on torture devices and execution devices. So be prepared for a rather gruesome walkthrough, but a lot of people enjoy this kind of stuff. So I thought I'd go ahead and walk you through and give you some ideas on what you could do for your builds or whatever to create these torture devices of mass destruction. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. It'll be a little bit off kilter, and it'll be a little odd, I know, but I think it'll be fun in the long run, and I think you guys will learn some things. Yeah. So anyway, this here is a stretching rack. What they would do is they would tie the ropes to your arms, and you'd be grounded into the end. Your feet would be grounded into the end, and basically they would just pull you, stretch you, like in ways that you shouldn't be going. They pop your limbs out and stuff like that. A little nasty, a little gruesome. But then again, the entire medieval ages Inquisition was a little odd. You know, there must have been someone with a job that, you know, was their job to come up with this crazy stuff. Now, this is the brazen bull. Obviously, it's not brass, but it is iron. And this one's the fat version. And so what would happen is they would put the individual in here and close it up, lock it, and then they'd set a fire underneath. And as the person's screaming and boiling inside this beast of misery, the throat of the brazen bull would transform those screams into what sounds like a bull snorting or like roaring or whatever. So yeah, and it's nothing to laugh about, but still, it was a little crazy. So if you guys, I mean, this is a very interesting design. So anyway, so this is the smaller version. This is the version that I like. You can go ahead and put someone in there as well. It's a little more compact and looks a little better, I think. So I like this one better than what the other one did. Same thing, brazen bull. This is a chopping block, but you know, it's just very simple. Anyone can do that. Now here is our first pyre. Basically, a pyre is where they would set a person up onto the thing and set them alight. And basically, they would do that to what they would describe as witches or martyrs or just anyone that went up against whatever faith that they were. You know, obviously, since this is a cross, this is along the Christian faith or the Catholic faith, you know, whatever. But that's what they would burn people up here. But you know, that wasn't just like a Christian thing. Like obviously, it was, you know, Middle Eastern, Asian. You know, that seemed to be the thing. Now this is a little like that's like the prissy version. Like let's make it look nice, and then this is just kind of like pile whatever up onto the piece of wood and burn the person. So yeah. Now this here is a guillotine. This is the first version, and Skepa helped me. Yeah, by the way, Skepa and quite a few people had helped me come up with these designs. Like Roll helped me come up with a couple. You know, we were here for a while. So anyway, this is one by Skepa, and it's a guillotine, as you can see, and he put my head there. As you can see, it's my head. So my head is still on my shoulders, but still. Anyway, my payback was to build a guillotine of my own with his head there. So I like that much better. Yeah, this is a better guillotine, you know, with his head there. Anyway, I thought that was interesting. Now this can be used in a whole slew of different ways, but basically it's a rope that connects to a cage, basically, and it gets dipped into something. Like you decide what to get dipped into, but for this instance, you got boiling water, and what would be better if the boiling water was like in a bucket with a fire underneath, and then you can dip it into the boiling water. Now this could just be normal water. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it's basically a drowner. So like they would put you in the cage, and then they would put you underwater, so like you're struggling to get out, but there's no way to get out, and that's how they would extract information. Now this is just mean, but this is the Iron Maiden, so basically this is just an execution device. Honestly, I don't know what the real purpose was, but I mean, obviously, if you're in an Iron Maiden, you're gonna die because there's these giant spikes inside it. And so yeah, this is what's called an Iron Maiden. Now it's a little, interesting. It's just the way it is, but it's like a standalone coffin, basically like the ones that the mummies would be in from Egypt. They would set you in there, close the door, and as the door has spikes on it, the inside has spikes on all sides, and they close the door, and then you just get impaled by dozens of spikes, and it's just nasty. Same thing with this coffin. They just lay you in, and yeah, ouch. Now, this here is what we could come up with for a stock. Like, we were working on it for a while, and we just couldn't like figure anything out for a while. But anyway, this is what is called a stocks, and yeah, so basically the person would be kneeling there down. It's really weird to make stocks, so yeah, it's the best we could do. Now this here is something a little gruesome. Basically, they would set you here, they'd tie you up, and then this is a little gruesome. Basically, they'd split you open and pull your entrails out, and that's what this is supposed to be, and wrap it around that log. So it's just nasty. If you just didn't get like a weird feeling in your stomach, then you're doing a lot better than me, because I get a weird feeling in my stomach. Now this gives me another weird feeling. Basically, they would tie you up upside down, and yeah, they have saws. And so basically, one half of you would be over here, and one half of you would be over here. I'm not going to say anything more on that. So now this here is what we came up with. Well, I think Roll built this. But anyway, this is what we came up for. Like, there's like a spike kind of thing, and they'd sit you on the spike, and then slowly but surely you just go down, down, down. Nasty, guys. Nasty. I mean, I don't know. It's nasty. There's no other way to look at it, but yeah, it's nasty. Head on a spike, of course. And here's a cage. So like this is, I forget what it's called, but basically they would just put the person in here, and they would let them rot for days and weeks in the sun. And yeah, flies would get to them and all that crap. So now this is another stretching rack here. Now this is a really good design. This is by SKCox. Actually, Scapa. SKCox was his old name, but Scapa is his new name. This was made by Scapa. I'm not sure if he's on right now. Yeah, he is. As you can see on the right side, Scapa. He helped me with this one. Or he didn't help me. He built this one. And he did a very, very nice job on it. I like that. So now this is what Roll came up with for waterboarding. So it's very interesting. You got yourselves a little white kind of towel, and you got yourself a little puddle of water there. Now, in order to get a puddle of water like that, what you need to do is you need to first place a block. Now, if you place anything next to it after you place it, it's going to disappear. But you can mask place this with a brush. So if you do brush, sphere, water, 6, 5, and then mask, say, whatever block, like placeholder that you have. But anyway, for like say a single puddle like this, you do replace water 6, and then you go ahead and right click, and there you go. See, the puddle's right there. But now, as you can see, if you place anything next to it, it disappears. But like what I said, if you want to say make a big thing full of these puddles, like all together, all you gotta do is make a brush and mask it. So now this here is a electric chair. For those of you that are interested in that, like this can go into the steampunk style, so that's interesting. Now this here, I'm not totally sure, but basically I guess it's burning your feet. So like they would sit you here and your feet would be resting on burning coals or something like that. That'd be a good way of torture, I think. Now this is a boiling pot of water. It's a little odd how I set it up, but yeah, anyway, that's what it is. Now this here is a chair where they would sit you down, and yeah, you'd stick some spikes up your butt. But anyway, I think, what this is supposed to be is one of those like spiky chairs where they have like that sort of like the rail across in the front, and they had spikes on the seat, spikes on the back, spikes on the sides. Basically, you'd be a pincushion by the time you sit up, if not dead. So, good luck to you. Now, these are some things that you can put along the walls. As you can see, you got tripwire hooks, you got levers with chains, and then you got this here, the painting design. But basically, this is what you'd have along walls that people would be tied up to while they're in their stay in the dungeon. Now, this is supposed to be one of those wheels where they kind of like put you up on, but I don't know, it doesn't work very well for that kind of thing. So now this is another chopping block, and this is actually a better chopping block, and I'm pretty sure this is by Escape as well, but that works pretty well. So now another thing that you can do is this is what I saw on the game Witcher, and it's called a Hangman's tree. Basically, it's just one tree, like a dead tree, and you just have a ton of different like nooses all the way around, and just people hanging. It's just gruesome. So now this here is a little room that you can. Let me get a torch. Now this is just an example of a room, and let me turn Kudo on. There we go. This is just an example of like a little torture room where they'd sit the person down and they'd split them open and work on them and see what's in the side. So like this is where, like, if you ever wondered how medieval people came up with like how human bodies work, like literally they would use criminals and split them apart, or like people that they thought did something wrong and that deserved to die, they would condemn them to this kind of treatment where they would basically operate on them alive, and obviously no anesthetics, no whatever. So yeah, it's just painful. So now this is like a little cage thing. You know how they would this would be like a Gong Pit, and those little ghosts are from the Better Foliage mod. I need to turn those off. They get really annoying. But anyway, as you can see, there's two heads down there, so they're just their whole bodies are submerged in the crap. And so that's what this is designed to be. And as you can see, I use the glass metadata here. So like the glass block metadata, if you go through all the glass blocks metadata, you can get this. And honestly, I think the intended purpose was to do something like this. So I'm surprised I haven't really seen anyone do this, and I haven't even done this yet. So I'm going to definitely do this on ZBridge. I'm going to try to, if I remember. But yeah, that's a cool design that you guys should keep in mind. So like a pit with people in it. Now this here was designed by Roll28, and I really like this design, to be honest. Basically they'd have you set here, and then when it's time to die, they would just flip the ropes or cut the ropes, and then yeah, goner. Now this here is a really simple noose design, and as you can see, there's 3 in a row. So typically when they would have an execution, they wouldn't have just one or something. They would have like several, just to increase that fear factor of the whoever's executing. So yeah, I think that pretty much does it. I think I told you about each device here. I don't think we missed anything. If we did, oh, by the way, yeah, this is also like an idea for where they would throw down the bones and the bodies and stuff. So like when they're done with it, they just throw it down into the sewers, and it would go down the way to the sewers. So, yeah, it's a little weird of a video. I'm not used to being so gruesome and such. So, but it's just medieval history. Some of these are very accurate according to what they were. Like the Brazen Bull was accurate. The Pyres are accurate. Now this is a little different, but they did that as well. They did this, and that's just I have to say, there's a lot of bad ways to die, but I don't know. That gives me the EBIT-jeebies there. Burning alive doesn't give me the EBIT-jeebies as getting your entrails torn out, centimeter. Anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited about this detail. These details are just wrapping around the architect plot here. So if you guys want to get to this plot, come to the raven.org server. Make sure you have the Conquest Resource Pack and Optifine downloaded. Now what you want to do is you want to do /warp-arc. That is the way to get to the architect plot. Go ahead and do that, and you're going to find yourself here. Once you're here, you can go ahead and fly up, and you're going to, first of all, you can explore the plot if you want, but all around it is just tons of details. You have the torture devices, you have farms, garden ideas, and different types of crop ideas. You have beds, you have lamp designs, you have well designs, you have statues, you have chairs and thrones, you have furnaces and fireplaces, chicken coops, cave designs, chandeliers, and shelves. And we're just going to keep adding more details everywhere, and I am really excited about this because this is something that I've been wanting to do for the longest time and help a lot of people out. So if you guys want to see this for yourself, go ahead and do /warp architect, or arc, sorry, just ARCH, and that's how you would get to this collection of plots. And I hope you guys will enjoy this. Now make sure you have the 1.7.10 version of Conquest, and then the most recent version of that. Like if you have the 1.8 version of Conquest, you aren't going to see these metadatas, and that will be a problem for you. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like, thumbs up, and if you guys want to see more, please subscribe. And I am looking forward to seeing you next time. Don't forget that I have a Facebook and a Twitter. Go ahead and follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook. And don't forget that I have a Twitch, which is where I stream as often as I can. Obviously, I'm very busy with making videos, but when I have time outside of making videos and in my real life schedule, I will stream, which is typically Mondays and Saturdays for very long amounts of time. Usually they're 8 to 10 hour streams, so feel free to come over and check them out. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.